Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Choking Hazard Podcast. We've got a great episode planned for today. Today, we're getting a chance to sit down with Joey Borteski, who's on the main card of the Ace JiuJitsu Pro Cup on August 14th in Toronto, Ontario. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're looking for more great athletes, coaches, different interviews, breakdowns, controversy, make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends. We really do appreciate it. Today's episode has been brought to you by SpiritLeaf Waterdown, located at 64 Hamilton Street North in Waterdown, Ontario. If you're looking for Canada's top cannabis brand, look no further than Alex and his crew at SpiritLeaf Waterdown. They're going to be able to help you out with all your CBD and THC needs, and you're going to save money every single time you shop there. Just make sure you like us on Instagram and like them on Instagram, and you're going to go and save cash every single time you go there. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, August 14th, Ace JiuJitsu Pro Cup in Toronto, Ontario, and we'll see you soon on the mats. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, Ace JiuJitsu Pro Cup, August 14th, Toronto, Ontario, and we'll see you soon on the mats. That's fine. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Choking Hazard Podcast. We're here for another press conference, and today we're set up with one of the contestants of the main event of the Ace JiuJitsu Pro Championship happening in Toronto, Ontario on August 14th, and we're set up with Joey Borteski today. Sir, welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, this is going to be an exciting matchup. We actually have the main event, and you're one of the competitors on it. So kind of like, tell us about it. Like, obviously, like, how did you even get involved in Ace JiuJitsu Pro? Like, what's your excitement about this event?
I'm pretty excited for it. I saw the original announcement about it a long time ago, and I never really thought anything of it. And I got a message like maybe a month and a half ago from Fernando, one of the organizers, asking me if I wanted to be a part of it. I was, of course, like, you get an opportunity to be a part of an event like this in Ontario, like one of the first of its kind. I couldn't say no.
No, totally awesome. So like, tell us kind of more about your training, because where are you training out of currently right now?
I'm training out of Limitless BJJ in Trenton, Ontario. It's a really small town that probably no one has heard of outside of the jiu-jitsu gym.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are starting to learn about where Trenton, Ontario is, especially because you train with a good friend of ours from the show. What's that guy's name again?
Jordan?
Maybe. What does he do out there?
You may have a YouTube channel or something.
Yeah, Jordan teaches jiu-jitsu, the famous YouTube channel. He's he runs the gym out here.
No, very nice. No, we love Jordan. He's a good guy. But we're kind of like biting our podcast style all of a sudden. We're like, well, what's going on? This guy's YouTube channel. What's going on? Oh, okay. We lose him?
Sorry.
Oh,
weird.
Okay, he's back.
Flip there.
All right, no worries. Awesome.
I hear there's a podcast that was started with you guys as well.
Yeah. We have our own little podcast, the Jordan Talks Jiu-Jitsu podcast. For people who haven't heard of it, check it out. It's not too bad. You get to hear me say some really stupid things on camera.
It's always fun. We do that once a week at least.
Yeah, we try to do the same as well. But Joe, getting back to the event, how is your training going? And is there anything like specific that you're doing to prepare for this cut or for the show, or is there something that's changing, something you're keeping the same? Like, what can you tell us?
It's been going pretty good. Basically, like, it's, for the people who don't know, it's under 181 pounds, I believe, in the gi, so middleweight. Basically, I've just been trying to pick training partners that are around that size or a little bigger. I'm pretty significantly under that limit. Like, I think I weighed in this morning around 150 pounds. So I'm not a big guy, but it just so happens that all the other like high level guys and black belts at our gym tend to be larger. So I've basically just been getting my ass kicked by them nonstop and trying to get used to dealing with the physicality of someone who's a lot bigger than me.
Yeah, so especially like when you look at the way the card is set up, the plan is to have all of you guys compete against each other at least once, and that kind of like sets up the standings of the points, I guess, and how it goes. So like, how are you kind of like looking as far as your game plan? Not necessarily like you have to give anything away, but obviously like seeing who the competition is and like what's going to be your biggest challenge, especially in an event like this.
Yeah, it's a really interesting format with the amount of matches that you're pretty much guaranteed to have. I believe you get like more points in the standings if you submit someone versus win by like points or referee's decision. So you can, if you're maybe a little more aggressive with the submissions, you can even get away with like losing a match and maybe still come out ahead by getting more submissions. So I think it definitely favors someone to maybe in the first couple matches just get the wins, get the points on the board, and then as that happens, you can start to get a little more aggressive looking for subs.
Is that going to be kind of like your strategy going in, looking for the kill in like every single match, or are you looking to try to, you know, get some wins? Like what's kind of your game plan for this? Because it's a pretty unique rule set.
Yeah, I tend to be someone who goes for the subs. I really don't win on points very often. I'm pretty aggressive, so like I would like to go in and get some early subs, but you know, you look at the list of guys that are in the division and they're pretty good. Like it's a pretty solid list. So the odds of you subbing all 4 guys are pretty low, if we're being honest, like especially against high level guys, you know, you're going to have some tough matches. So kind of trying to pick the guys where it's worth going all out to get that sub, where you think it's a little more likely, and then trying to pick the ones where it's like, okay, I think this one's going to be really hard to get a sub. So let's just go in, try and get the win and get out of there.
Excellent. So when you kind of look at especially like the individuals who are on the card, who do you think might be your kind of probably like the match you're most excited about?
The one I'm most excited about definitely is I'm sorry, I might butcher his pronunciation of his name and I really apologize, but Danis or Dinas?
Dinas?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. I mean, he's been around the Ontario scene for a long time. I mean, I remember being like a blue belt and watching him compete in black belt divisions. And you always think back then, like, geez, like I'll never be as good as that guy. Look how much better he is than me now. And it's kind of cool now to be at the point where like I get to be in a event like this against a guy that I always kind of looked up to on the competition scene for so many years. So that's one that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, I think especially when you look at that entire card, especially with the amount of competitors that are on there, especially as the high level that they all are, I think every match is going to be exciting. But obviously, I like it's a great take, especially on like who you're excited to see.
Yeah, and even outside of the 5-man event, there's a lot of really good matches on the card. You know, guys, I'm really excited to see.
Is there anything specific out of those super fights that you want to see?
I'm really excited for the Darson and Kevin match. That one I think is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a good barn burner, especially kind of more of a rematch. They've had a bunch of matches, obviously Ontario Open, probably the AJP, and their other matches as well.
Nationals, they had a really close match as well. So I think that's one match that a lot of people are looking forward to as well. How do you so Joey, how do you see that one going down? Give us some predictions. Give us some predictions, not just for that match, but some of the other matches that you see, and maybe for your bracket overall. How do you see that going down?
For my bracket?
Yeah. How do you see that going down? What's your mindset, bro?
Obviously, I kind of have to say I see myself coming out on top. I feel like any other answer there is just.
I just signed up. I think I'm going to get my ass kicked. You know,
yeah,
whatever.
No, I think there's going to be some good matches. I think. I don't know if I've gone too far into thinking about how people are going to do against each other, but I definitely think the first few matches, the brackets, people are going to be a little cautious maybe. And then as people start to realize like, hey, I might need 2 submissions to end this, you might actually see people start to like open up and get really aggressive. And the last few matches when people know like, I can't just win on points, I actually have to win this by sub or I'm out. Like those matches I think are going to get really exciting. And I think the goal is to try to not end up in a situation where someone has to go all out to submit me to continue on or something like that. And, you know, just try and get my subs out of the way early so that I can relax a little bit as it goes on.
So would you say like the game plan is you're not going to try and smother tap somebody? You're going to more like kind of play something normal?
Yeah, I don't think anyone my size has ever smother tapped someone before. So
and the first smother tap in the history of jiu-jitsu in the featherweight division goes to.
Yeah, if it happens, I would love to have that accolade, but I'm not going to bet on it.
Very nice. Especially when you look at as far as the type of level of competition that obviously the entire card is happening. How excited are you, especially like seeing more different types of events like this, especially as this is the first one in Canada. There's going to be plans for like 3 to 4 a year. So obviously this is something that they want to keep going, especially with Canadian athletes.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely amazing. Like you look at all the super fight shows they have in the States, like Fight to Win and Who's Number One and things like that. And you get these guys who are actually making a living doing this stuff now. And not even like the top guys in the sports, like the Gordon Ryans, who are making a lot of money doing it. But there's so many guys who come up just making a name off of these events and getting their name out there and like, oh, that guy won at this event and now he's on another event and they keep winning. And I feel like it's a really big platform for the athletes, and to have one of these things in Canada now for like our Canadian athletes it's something that's been long overdue. And it's like we have so many talented athletes, especially like in Ontario and the rest of Canada, that it's about time they got their chance to show it on a big stage.
So like, is this the first time you're kind of on a super fight show at this magnitude, or have you been on other super fights before?
I've done a couple other ones in Ontario. I think this will probably definitely be the biggest one, but definitely not completely foreign to me.
Excellent. Mike, you got something?
Just wrapping up. Anything for the future, show, podcast, sponsors you want to thank, want to see from Ace JiuJitsu in the future?
From Ace JiuJitsu, I would love to see a featherweight tournament in the future, and I'd love to be a part of that one. Hopefully I can, go out and win this and then say like, hey, let's do it again at my actual weight class and let me win on that one too.
I think there is going to be plans for different weight classes in the future as well, from talking to Fernando and others. So probably sometime next year, I think that's going to happen. And there'll also be a women's division as well.
I love that. It's definitely need to get the women on the spotlight there too, but hopefully I can put on a good performance and they'll want to have me back.
So if you had to like call a shot for what you want to kind of like call your sub, which one would you be looking for this weekend?
Don't rule out a buggy choke. Let's say that. Yeah.
Don't rule it out. Okay, I like it.
Buggy choke, money move, Ace JiuJitsu. It's going down.
I love it.
Yeah, you're gonna hand him an envelope or just kind of leave it to chance?
No envelope for me, but I'll have it on the record here if anyone wants to look back.
I like it. We'll definitely look it back. All right. Well, Joey, we do appreciate you jumping on the show today. It was a great conversation. We're looking forward to seeing the main event, and especially you compete in the event. It's going to be a barn burner. Super excited to see it. Any last thoughts before we take off?
No, just thank you so much for having me, guys. I really appreciate it, and hopefully everyone can check out the event.
Yeah, so that's going to be good. And you have a promo code too. You want to plug that in right now?
Yeah, so if you're looking to buy tickets, Joey would really help me out.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, sir. We do appreciate you coming on to the show. Everybody, just remember Ace JiuJitsu Pro Cup in Toronto, Ontario, August 14th. And we got Joey in the main event, which is going to be a 5-man bracket. It's going to be amazing. Make sure you check it out, and we will see you soon on the match. August 14th, everybody.